Hold of Frank Warren. First, let's talk about what we got Saturday night. Obviously, you have a horse in the race, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. What's been the preparation leading into 400-pound man comes to you and say, I want to make a comeback, and you look at him and say what?
Well, I've been in contact. I've known Tyson for many, many years, and when he's having all these problems, I was in contact with him, obviously trying to give him a little bit of support, like everybody was, trying to help him through his trials and tribulations. And then when he came back and said he wanted to fight, we talked about it, and I said, right, I'm on board. I'm going to do this with you, let's do it together, which we did. And then we worked out this plan, what the plan was going to be for him moving forward, which was to have four fights, four warm-up fights, and then get back in for a title shot. He had 2 fights. He lost 2 fights as a preparation for this fight. This become available. He wanted it, so let's do it. And here he is, a year later, having lost 140 pounds, in the shape that he's in, more or less the same weight he is when he fought Klitschko, which is 3 years ago today. So he's done tremendously. He's a winner anyway. What he's done, what he's been through, where he's come through, all these terrible problems, some self-inflicted, a lot of them really took him down to depths of despair. But he's touched bottom, he's back again, and now as you see, he's in great form.
He's Tyson Fury of old, for sure.
I think, yeah, a lot of swagger about him of old, but also he's more mature. Mentally, he's more mature.
I get that.
And he's in a really good place.
Now, Tyson says knockout, Deontay says knockout. How does Frank Warren see this fight?
I think it will be a knockout. I do. And I think Tyson will stop him.
You think Tyson's going to knock him out?
Well, you look at this,
Well, your boy Billy Joe Saunders put a bet out.
Yeah.
Tell him I want that bet. Anything under 30,000, I'll take that bet. All right? Anything under 30, I'll take it.
I'll tell you, when you look at Tyson, you think about it. Tyson's a consummate boxer. He's a boxing historian. He studies it.
I learned that listening to him.
He's a switch hitter. He's very difficult to hit. He's tall, gangly. He's got a very good defence. He takes it with his shoulder. He rides shots. He looks like he's taking a shot and he leans back. He can lean. Somehow he's got this flexibility to bend backwards and so forth. For me, he's got probably the best boxing in the ring other than Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion. Is Deontay Wilder a better boxer than Tyson Fury? I don't think so. I think he matches him for speed.
I'm going to play devil's advocate once you answer your question.
I think he matches him for speed. He's very unorthodox himself. He throws punches from all good angles. Big puncher. But Tyson's not a bad puncher either. He's stopped 19 in his 25 fights. Is Deontay Wilder a better fighter than Klitschko? I don't think so at the moment. You look at their records, you look at who Klitschko had fought, and Tyson done a job on him. Done an absolute job on him. Klitschko wasn't washed up, 18 months later he was putting Anthony Joshua on the floor. So there's various ways you can look at the fight. If it goes the distance, Tyson should outbox him. Deontay catches him, will he knock him over? Well, he's capable of doing that. I've seen him do it 39 times he's done that. But Tyson will put him under pressure.
Sometimes as a great player, as a great fighter, sometimes you got to be great at doing it your way. You understand what I'm saying? So Tyson Fury does it his way outside the ring. He's an outcast. He's a gypsy. Deontay Wilder does it his way. He's a proud black man in a quote-unquote white America. You get what I'm saying? So they do it their way. In my humble opinion, I think these are the 2 greatest people, boxers, fighters, doing it their way. Anthony Joshua is 1-2 robot, slip, roll. But I think Tyson Fury is the greatest at doing what he do, and Deontay Wilder is great at doing what he do.
They're good at doing what they've got with their God-given talents.
Absolutely.
That's what they're most good at.
Great point. They've maximized their God-given talent.
That's what they do. And can Tyson nullify his power? That is it. And he's stopping from landing any shot. that's really where it's at. And if he lands his shot and he doesn't take Tyson out, then what? What's he going to be like if he goes into the later rounds? What happens if Tyson stands toe to toe with him? Because Tyson's that sort of guy. He's one of those guys who just comes so unorthodox. He might just say, "Come on, let's get down on it in the centre of the ring," and he's capable of doing that. I think that it's such an intriguing fight. And what for me, the big, say the enigma of it.
Great word.
The enigma is what is Tyson going to be like in this level of fight after being out of the ring for all that time? That's really the thing. Should he have had more fights? Should he have got that rust? It's not like this guy's just coming back. He come back and lost 140 pounds.
You're right.
So
is his body really in shape?
Is that going to have any effect on him? So there's all those anomalies, which won't be. But for me, I just think at the moment he's bang on it. And the most important thing for him is mentally. He's right on the money.
Now let's talk about the other side. I don't get a chance to interview you much. So you're getting on a private jet, going back Sunday morning. Boxing fans want to know, what's your overall interpretation of the Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua versus you and Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder and Shelly Finkel? Break that down for us. That's what you're up against Saturday night. Yeah.
I don't really care about any of that. Shelley's a friend. You know, we've worked on and off over the years together on various fights, and I really respect him as a manager. He's got a fantastic boxing mind, and he's been involved with some of the best fighters in the last 40 years. Excuse me. Eddie Hearn and Joshua. You know, I had a high opinion of Anthony Joshua.
Is Anthony Joshua in a stroller or a crib? Does he speak for himself, Anthony Joshua?
Well, you know, if he did,
he has a bottle in his mouth.
If he did, he should have been fighting Wilder, shouldn't he? They offered him $50 million, and then with a rematch clause for another $80 million. There's a reason that fight was turned down, because that's big money. I don't care what anybody else does. All I ever focus on is what I'm doing. And that's all I care about, is what I'm doing with my guys, doing the best I can with my fighters, and getting them into the best fights they can have. You know, I'm a big believer that the best should fight the best. The fans are the most important people. They're the ones who buy the tickets. They're the ones who pay for the pay-per-view. They deserve to see the best fighting the best. And there comes a time in everybody's career where they've got to do that. And I don't like it when it's, when Lennox Lewis fought, for example, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was, had seen much better days. You know what I'm saying? Those type. I want to see him when at this level, because that's what these guys. That's what Ali, Frazier, Foreman, all those guys did.
Sure.
And that, for me, I grew up on that. That was exciting. That was the most exciting time. You know, these warriors, 15-round fights. You know.
God bless their souls.
Yeah, weighing in on the day of the fight. You know, just unbelievable fights. Great fighters, great time. And that's really what the fans want to see. That's what they want. That's what we want. I'm a fan. First and foremost, I'm a fan. You know, sometimes I'll protect a fighter and I think it's not ready for him to go yet. And I've done that, and I will say it. That's my job. But I want to put my guys in. When it comes down to it, I put my guys in.
What's next?
And I've done that over the years. With American fighters, Kawasaki and Lacey. Lacey was a massive big favourite.
And he couldn't land a hook. He couldn't land a hook. Kawasaki outclassed him.
Big puncher. That's what you remember. Showtime were big on him. He was like the next big thing.
Oh, I know.
They invested in Hopkins and Kawasaki. Hopkins was the favourite going into the fight. Same thing again. Ricky Hatton, Costa Tszyu. Costa Tszyu was the big puncher. He was going to knock his blood off. He took the fight to him and took the fight and got away from him. Danny Williams, who I looked after when I brought him out, to put him in with Mike Tyson. I said, the first 2 rounds, you are going to get a shellacking. You absorb that, you can get through that, you'll beat him, he'll be dead on his arse, which is what he was. You know, over the years, we've done that 4 times. Prince Nassim hammered out, Kevin Kelly's in there.
Hell of a fight.
Great fight. And I think this is a similar situation. You know, at the end of the day, the bookies have got Deontay's a
small favorite. I'm betting on the fight. Small, 150, minus 150, 140 right now.
So he's the favorite. Tyson's a guy who's used to, he's a traveller, they call him in England.
Gypsy King, sure.
He went to Germany, 54,000 people done a job there. He's not I mean, of course, he didn't even say where's the fight taking place. Make the fight.
Really?
That's the mentality. It's a fighting man. And as he said, he was born to fight. He's not somebody, I was going to be a basketball player, I was going to be a soccer player, all I wanted to do was fight. You know, him. All he wanted to do was fight. From a baby, he just wanted to be a fighter. That's what he is. He's a fighting man.
Billy Joe Saunders. How's he doing?
He's doing okay. I'm seeing him when I get back next week. We've got to get him back on track. It's a terrible thing that they did up there with him, mate. You know that.
Explain that. I thought he was guilty. So you know where. So you know who you're talking to. I thought he was guilty because you're under one set of rules overall. I believe.
Right.
Okay.
Let me explain how it works. VADA, which is the voluntary testing, they don't have a disciplinary process. All they do, every substance is banned. There is no substance they allow. Everything is banned. In the UK, you've got UCAD, you've got the American USAID anti-doping,
and
it comes under WADA, which is the world one, which they use for the Olympics. What Bill took was a nasal congestion, which he took. That is allowed by everybody except WADA out of competition. In competition, you're allowed. You can't take it the day before the fight. Massachusetts disciplinary should not have been VADA hasn't got a disciplinary process. They go under WADA, so they should have been their guidelines should have been WADA. They should say we've heard this case, and our own regulations say it should be under WADA, and under WADA that was out of competition.
VADA just fined. So I'm just going to counter your argument just so we can have a conversation. VADA just fined Jamel and Jamal Charlo for missing their drug test two or 3 days ago.
That's probably in some sort of agreement. They have no discipline. I don't know how that works. Maybe they had something privately, or maybe they're supposed to have to take. I don't know. But if they've been found guilty of something, VADA would not have a disciplinary process. All they would say, they would notify the commission's disciplinary petition. Now, how can he be licensed by the British Boxing Board of Control to fight? He can fight tomorrow and not in Massachusetts. That tells you the whole thing's a mess. It should be one guideline. This is just getting ridiculous. It's getting so out of whack, and we should be using whoever it is. I don't care if it's VADA, WADA, UCAD, whoever it all is. It should be one, and then everybody. Then we all know where we are. Because this at the moment is stupid. And you can't have everything out of competition, every single thing.
I agree with that.
That's ridiculous. In England, we get a lot of people get hay fever.
Yeah, I understand that.
So what are you going to do? You're going to strain your eyes?
Do you think, in my humble opinion, I think he was set up by Eddie Hearn? Like, in my humble opinion,
I'm not arguing.
I think it was a setup. I think it was a setup. He knew what the hell was going on, and he notified before they went. In my humble opinion.
All I would say regarding that position, he kept telling everybody, telling Bill and everybody that he wanted, he was supporting Bill, but he didn't do that. Actions speak louder than words. He didn't do that. But Bill done some stupid things last year. Some of those, they were poor taste what he did. It was, stupid stuff, and that I think turned maybe a factor in some of it, which it shouldn't be. They're two separate situations.
I agree.
He had his ass kicked in the UK. They fined him a lot of money for it.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but that was it. So you want to do silly things like that? That's the price he paid. Record fine for a British fighter, but he's got to get himself back in the game now. He's on his days a great fighter.
He's a hell of a fighter.
Another one come over to fight
David Lemieux.
David Lemieux is a big favourite.
12 rounds to nothing. I picked Billy Joe Saunders to win that fight.
That's why we made
obviously.
But he came out there and he done a job on it. Took him to school, didn't he?
It's like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, took him to school. And that's the point I make. A good boxer will always beat a big puncher.
I can't agree with you this week.
Well, I'm
messing with you.
But we'll see.
We're going to see. We're going to see.
I mean, that's what we got judges for.
Absolutely right.
If it's all about who's the biggest puncher, you wouldn't need the judges.
That's what he just said. How are you enjoying your stay here in America?
I love it. I've always been coming here for many, many years. And I love the American press guys are all they're great to be around. They're so enthusiastic. And it's,
we're so straightforward, huh?
We all love our sport. That's what we do. We're all in love with this sport. Right on we are. And it's great to be, to be here and being involved in the biggest heavyweight fight for a number of years.
Tyson Fury said he's staying in America. How are you going to promote a man that lives in America?
Come out here and promote it. I've done it before. We've done NAS at Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely right.
I worked for many years with Showtime coming out here. We launched the Showbox series many years ago. It's great. It's fights. We've got good fans, and fans will see fights. Go anywhere to see it.
I've watched you since Prince Hamed, so you know boxing pretty well. In your greatest guesstimation, what's the success of the zone? You think he'll fail in America or succeed?
I hope it doesn't fail. I hope it doesn't. I think boxing needs as many avenues as it can to obviously to keep the sport going. And it's important. Time will tell if it'll work or not. But they've done a great deal with Golden Boy because what's Americans interested? They're interested in American fighters. Unless you're a real boxing nut, you want to see.
Great point.
They want to see the Hispanic fighters. They want to see all these things.
Great point.
You all right, baby?
I know. Blessings. I was only worried about both of you hitting your heads.
Yeah, I know. I just want to.
I didn't want to cut eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. We think you're a great man.
You are.
You got the best. You do the best. You want a clean fight. You want to be safe, and we understand that. Sometimes things happen. It's just a promotion. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, thank you so much, brother. Yeah, blessings.
Thank you, man.
It's been a long time, right? He looks great. Still 147. Oh yeah, I was born in New York, so Mark Breland, Bo, all them guys I know of. I know we got to go. How humbling is it that the guy that you're breading to defeat him comes over and calls you a great man?
He's humbling, but he's a fighter. He's a great, he's a good guy. At the end of the day, all this shenanigans, all the backwards and forwards, and all the bullshit that goes on, the screaming shit. At the end of the day, these guys are warriors. They get in the ring. They got the balls to do it. They got the heart and desire to do it. So you've got to respect him.
Sure.
And I respect Deontay. I respect what he's done. It's good stuff.
Thank you for your time. I'm gonna bug you all week because I don't get a chance to see you often. Appreciate you, Frank. Thank you, brother.
All the best to you.